Hello there, everybody. My name is Sue Crooks, and I am the founder of LoveBiz Networking, where we have been supporting inspirational women across the UK for the last 10 plus years. And I'm honoured to have one of our award-winning members, Jane Hathaway, here today, who we're going to have a chat and learn more about Jane and what she does. So welcome, Jane.
Thank you, Sue. It's just absolutely wonderful to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Oh, absolute pleasure. And you were our winner this year of the Health and Wellbeing Awards. So congratulations. And last year you were a finalist, but it was your year this year, Jane. So tell us about you, what you do, your journey to how you got here today, and what you love about what you do.
Okay, thanks. Well, my business is Hatha Yoga with Jane, and I've been a yoga practitioner for pretty much almost 30 years. And I know from my personal experience how yoga can help our mind body and how it can help us recover from certain issues. In my own case, I had mental health illness and 30 years ago, and after 12 months of being in clinical depression, it was finally yoga practice that helped me to gain my health and well-being. My business, Hatha Yoga with Jane, whilst I've been a practitioner of yoga for 30 years, I decided to learn to teach yoga, and I've been teaching yoga for several years. Prior to lockdown, I was really teaching to raise funds for my local Buddhist temple, and I did one small community class to help some retired people in a local community hall. But my real business has been born out of lockdown, and it was in a response to a demand. We were all needing, a lot of people were needing that support. They needed that connection. They needed their yoga practice. And even though it was a real challenge technically for me, it started by Zoom yoga, which I never thought I'd be able to do. But I got
you got past that technology thing that you know we some of us have struggled a little bit, but we've got through it. And look how your business has expanded by doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Technology to a tech dinosaur such as myself, it is a little bit scary, but I have overcome that. And you're absolutely right, Sue. It has opened a whole horizon to me. So my business now, I still serve my community with accessible yoga, and that is for me the foundation. It's the bedrock of my services. It is to be able to ensure that yoga isn't just available to a certain socio-economic group. It's to make it affordable, accessible yoga to everybody, no matter what health conditions or restrictions in mobility that they may have. And that is my community yoga that I do face-to-face on a Sunday. I also support business owners who need some self-care, because a lot of businesses are small businesses, and those business owners are often the business, and they often do not look after themselves enough. And they're in this.
Oh, I think you're looking at one now who's terrible. Looking after myself. But you know what? I loved coming on some of your sessions, and now I had a mountain of work to climb, and I can't wait to come back on your Zoom sessions. It did make me realise how unflexible I was. But the more I do, I know the more flexible I will get.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, it's interesting what you've just said there, Sue, because I've seen a little bit of a transformation in you already, which is delightful to see. It really is. And it has to just start somewhere, doesn't it? It's just starting somewhere. Whatever that little ritual, whatever that good habit is, whether it's yoga, whether it's some other kind of movement, whether it's just something for us business owners, it's the first stepping stone. And that often it's this ever increasing circles, you know, that it gains momentum. It's like a little dynamo. The more you do, the more you want to do, the more you benefit from doing. And so I love to be able to support business owners who need that self-care, because without that, we are the business, and if we don't look after ourselves, then our business will suffer. Our services that we offer, our products to others, our productivity, you know, and yoga helps to build that resilience and that emotional intelligence, so that people can identify, hang on, here's a little flag, something's flagging up here, I need to do something about it. I need to be able to deal. Yeah. So I also do the online Zoom classes, which reach people nationally. This is one of the fantastic things that I realise, the superb benefits of Zoom, which is also applicable in the LoveBiz network as well, which is superb to see. And so I can reach people in Cornwall, up north, wherever they may be, but not only nationally. I'm an international award-winning yoga teacher as well, you know. So yes, I reach people in Florida, I reach people in Ireland, people have come on that are in Spain. And so this is the wonderful aspect of Zoom yoga. And that is
Isn't it just, we have all come so far doing online stuff and reaching such a much bigger audience. We have to look at the positives that have come out of the negative last couple of years, that think of the positives from a business point of view, that how we had to pivot and change. And, you know, we've had to go with the flow. And some of those businesses that haven't done that are sadly a little bit left behind.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I love what you've just said there, Sue. And also the technology has enabled us to, the word global is bandied around a lot, but it really is. It enables our businesses to have that global reach, which is mind-blowing, really. It really is. But it's nice for my little business. I'm growing it organically. I like the fact that people will refer me, because I like to have that personal touch. I like to be able to connect and know people that I'm teaching. And it's very weird, because I didn't think yoga would work on Zoom, but in many, many ways, and I've had lots of feedbacks from people saying, in a strange way, it feels more intimate teaching via
and you're
Zoom.
really good on the Zooms, because you do interact with people individually and check they're okay. So it's not like it's just you and it's a recording. I know you offer the recordings as well, but it is you being there in the presence of other people, just not in their room maybe.
That's right. And I do come walking up to the screen to have a good look at you, and I'll say,
yes, you do. And you'll just see a little hand through. All right.
A little verbal cue, you know. Just I think you've got that body aligned.
Yeah, and not gone to sleep without you seeing. Oh, I think it's absolutely brilliant what you've done, Jane. You know, you should be so proud of yourself to where you've come in the last couple of years. So how did you feel to be nominated for the award? And let me tell you, you got a lot of nominations, because other members from LoveBiz from all different areas were coming on Zoom to meet you. And again, you would never have connected with those just with in-person meetings or events. So how did it feel for you to be nominated and then to have won the award? And we had a VIP judge for this one, didn't we?
We did have a VIP judge, Rosemary Conley, and it was just such an honour to have that meeting. But of course, I made it to a finalist last year as well, so I was blown away last year, and so it was lovely. Of course, Rosemary was on the judging panel last year as well. Of course, it wasn't my year last year. It was the lovely Jo Round that won it last year, and she's amazing and a very worthy winner of that. This year, to get nominated again, I was completely blown away. It was just, and when you get that little message in your email, in your inbox about congratulations, you've been nominated, that itself gives you a lift. And all of the ladies that have been nominated, I just love the thought of them having that lift, you know, that positive lift, confidence boost. Not that we need affirmation, because we do what we do for our passion, but it gives you affirmation that what you are doing, it's being valued. Yeah. And we all like to feel that we are being valued, don't we?
Absolutely. And I think you and me are very similar, and we are passionate about what we do, but actually some people are still passionate but still don't believe, and that affirmation you said about, actually some people do need that and think they might be going through that fragile time, is my business, is this what I should be doing? It's perhaps not doing as well as it should be. And, people have imposter syndrome. So actually when they do get that message and say you've been nominated, and I send them, and honest to God, I have the biggest smile on my face when I send them, because I know what it's like to receive that myself from other awards and things that I've been entered for. It's just fabulous. So
it gives you just the most amazing boost. But to win it, let me tell you, it was the biggest shock, and I think you could see that on the night. First and foremost, within that 7-day period, the 7 day prior, I tested positive for COVID, and I'd had 3 days where I wasn't really very well, and then the symptoms went, thankfully. But I kept testing, and I just got a very thin line. So I actually thought, I don't know whether I'm going to make it. But I put it out there to the divine. I'd put the law of attraction.
We did as well.
So it wasn't until 12 o'clock on the actual day of the awards evening that I tested negative. Thank the Lord, because I wasn't unwell at all, and I've been doing these tests for the last sort of 3 days hoping for a negative. So for me, I was just wanted to come along because I bought my ticket and I don't like wasting money.
No, absolutely.
And I wanted to meet everybody and party we did. So that itself was the whole entity. And when we stood up, and the two of the ladies that were in the group with me are phenomenal ladies, and I was convinced one of those other 2 ladies were going to win it. There is no way I thought that I was going to win it. So when my name got announced, I've got to tell you, I went weak at the knees. I really did. I felt a little whoosh, and then I thought, right, okay, it's mine. I've got to walk up there. And as I was walking up, I thought, I don't know what to say. And then what came out, Sarah Spare, who was on my table, she videoed it, and I'm so pleased she videoed it, because I would not have been able to remember what I said. It just came out from the heart.
Someone else has said that. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So it was incredible, because when you said imposter syndrome just now, it gave me goose pimples, because I've suffered with that a long time. And even though in my previous work I've done presentations in front of hundreds of people, sales and marketing was for a healthcare company is what my background is, but your own personal confidence, and that's where I've suffered. I've struggled with, and I used to have imposter syndrome. I tend now not to compare what I do to others. There are lots of yoga teachers out there. There's lots of much more experienced yoga teachers out there than I am, but we are all our own unique self. And I actually completely try to give myself that self-talk. Even if I start to think about comparing myself to others, I reel myself back in and say, no, what I offer is what I know. And, we are our own unique offerings that we have. So it was great, because it gave me a lovely, lovely confidence boost. and a sense
Well,
of
you
achievement
deserved it.
was wonderful.
You deserved it.
Oh,
You know,
thank you,
sometimes
Sue.
it's not your year for awards. I think I said it on the night. You know, some some people who are finalists or even nominated, that, you know, this year wasn't their year, but next year could be. And you are living proof of that. So you know,
Absolutely.
last year wasn't your year, but look how forward you were still quite fresh into what you were doing.
Yeah, and it was lovely to meet Rosemary, to get a second opportunity to meet Rosemary as well on the judging panel. It was really lovely.
Super ambassador and judge for LoveBiz. She really is giving her time freely, which is just so wonderful. So you've been with us for a couple of years. What do you get out of being a LoveBiz member?
Oh my goodness, I get so much out of being a member of LoveBiz. Let me tell you, the first word that comes to my mind is support. The support within this networking group is phenomenal. And that support itself, it's a great comfort, because you have this peace of mind that, oh, if I needed some advice on X, Y, Z, we are such a diverse group of professionals and such skilled, experienced individuals. It's just lovely to have that readily available, because if you need something, you just put a message on our group and bam, there's loads of responses and support there. So support in itself, just in itself, comes to mind, and in all aspects of what that means. But also when I started, it was the connection. I joined you in lockdown. We were all isolated, and to have that connection with like-minded ladies, I don't know how you do it, Sue. You attract and this group recruits like-minded ladies. And it's this common denominator. It's a glue that holds us all together. And it's just so lovely that we can have this, you know, trust is something that I believe in many cases we need to earn from people. But I don't know, it's just, I joined the group and it was like a synergy. I felt like I slotted into the group straight away. I felt comfortable. I felt connected. I felt that I could trust these group of ladies implicitly.
It's a safe place, isn't it? It's a safe place. You know,
Absolutely.
People can share personal stuff sometimes. We don't want too much personal stuff, but they can. They share when they need business advice. I mean, even one of our hosts put on the group yesterday. She's wanting a standing desk. So she's had this morning, I think there's about 8 people who've commented with their suggestions, what they have, just something like that people can just honestly talk about. So it's a fantastic way of connecting 24/7 to all our members across the UK. So Jane,
it is.
Is there a member that you would like to mention? I always ask when I'm interviewing, because it's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about our members. Is there someone out there who you would like to mention?
Well, that is one heck of a question, because let me tell you, there's been a lot of ladies in LoveBiz that have given me a lot of excellent advice and superb support. So to choose one lady, one name only to mention, it's very, very difficult, because I wouldn't want to miss all of the other fantastic ladies that supported my business, give me loads of advice, and have been there for me and have become friends. But there is one shining star that does shine out for me, and without this individual, I've got to say, this individual has been probably my biggest cheerleader, and I feel like I've got wonderful cheerleaders amongst LoveBiz, but this lady has been my biggest cheerleader. She's always there for me. And actually, without this lady, I wouldn't be here having this conversation with you today, Sue. So I have to give a shout out to the amazing, incredible person, Karen Wharton of Obsession Salon and Spa. Because it was Karen that at the beginning of lockdown suggested that I joined LoveBiz. And she suggested I joined LoveBiz because she said she needed her yoga, and she was so happy when we came on Zoom. And she said, Jane, there's lots of business owners that I know in this networking group that could probably do your yoga. You should join. Come on. So I had the conversation with Jackie Drain, and I just had a conversation, and I didn't even come to be a guest. I said, yeah, I'm joining there and then. And I had a conversation. And
get quite a lot of people actually do that, which I always find fascinating. They come and join us before even coming to one of our events, which is always fantastic. But Karen is an inspirational lady. She has such a fantastic, even though quite an emotional business journey. I heard her speak at one of Jackie's charity events. Oh gosh, about 6 or 7 years ago. She's such an inspiration, and I'm desperate for her to come and speak at one of my events with her story. We're not going to share now. We don't want to give it away, but she's got an incredible story.
But resilience, she's got it in bucket load. She really has.
Yeah. And we need a bit of that, don't we, sometimes? So very quickly, Jane, what's next for you? What's next in the Hatha Yoga with Jane?
Well, I have to say,
domination.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, after the awards ceremony, Sue, I shared it with somebody, my vision that what I would love to do, right? And this is, I thought I would love to fill that hall that we had that awards ceremony in with LoveBiz ladies and share the beautiful benefits of yoga with LoveBiz ladies in that hall. And I thought, I can see this. I can see it happening. So I'm going to stir it up and put it out there that I'm going to, one day have a lovely LoveBiz ladies yoga session there. Because it would be lovely. There's a little seed in your mind. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that want to do yoga but think they can't do yoga. And I often say this, people who think I'd love to do yoga, but I'm not bendy enough, I haven't got strong abdominals, I'm not young enough, I don't really want to wear lycra, I can't touch my toes, all of this lot. I've got
to do that, Jane. I can touch my toes and bend that way. The rest of it, though, particularly the lycra, is a no-no for me.
But we don't have to. We don't have to do any of that. All of that I've just mentioned it's just it's just an untruth. It's not a barrier. We get round it. We don't need to do any of that. So yeah, what's next for me? I've got a couple of exciting things. The first next thing that I've got is another wonderful collaboration, because you do know I like a good collaboration with LoveBiz ladies. So I've got another collaboration that's coming up on the 2nd of July. And that is another untethered yoga day retreat with the incredible Sarah Stevens. And that is going to... Can you
find that information on your Facebook pages and things for more information on that?
Yes, we did post it some time ago, weeks ago, but it's coming up now, so we're going to start to promote that again. What I will say to people is that if you think you don't like horses, and you're afraid of them, that isn't a reason. If you don't like horses, that is not a reason not to join this, because you're not riding horses, you're not being with horses all day long. It's a combination of yoga practice, and you do a lot of yoga practice, but there is an incredible equine therapy session that we enjoy, and it is phenomenal. And some of the LoveBiz ladies have experienced this, and it's pretty special. Well, I love them, but I was afraid of them. And I've got to say, I didn't do the therapy session at the last one, but I was there, and I've got to say the horses are amazing. They are like dogs. They come along, and I was always fearful because they're so big. But so when you get one that sidles up to you and puts his head on your shoulder and sort of blows down
Amazing.
your ear, and you know, they're incredible. But
Yeah.
what Sarah does
Amazing.
is the therapy session is great. So I've got that coming up on the 2nd of July. That's a Saturday,
Yeah.
the 2nd of July. It's 10 till 4, I think, or 10 till 5. We've got to sort the timings out. Then coming up, I think it's going to be in September now, because people are on holidays and things. I will be launching my passion and my love. Is going to be a trauma sensitive yoga course. So we haven't talked about trauma sensitive yoga yet, but it's a whole specialism of mine, and it's been so valuable to be able to help people that have been completely debilitated, housebound, not be able to eat or even get dressed or get out of bed or leave the house for weeks on end. And I've been able to reach them just on Zoom, just with one session on Zoom.
I can't wait for you to launch that. You've mentioned that to me. I can't wait for you to launch that in September. So Jane, we're running out of time now. So I love the way you've positioned yourself. How can how can our audience contact you and find out about these courses?
Well, here is my phone number. I have to do it backwards. There we go.
Yeah,
so there is my mobile phone number. I think there may also be my other contact details on there, but you can contact me on Facebook.
Email address.
Hatha Yoga with Jane. It's not easy doing it sort of upside down. Hatha Yoga with Jane. My website is www.hathayogawithjane.com. And there's a contact form on there as well also.
Brilliant. And I will share that information as well to our audience. Jane Hathaway, it has been an absolute pleasure to chat with you. We could chat all day. I know we could, but I thank you. And again, congratulations for your award win this year. Thank you very much.
It's here. It's here.
I love it. You're the only one so far.
Right, well, there
Brilliant.
You go.
Well done, Jane.
Thank you so much. It's been a delight and pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.